And we are live. Welcome back with Murphy Mac to another episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast, where we help you get started on your fitness journey. What's going on, everybody? Hope y'all had a great weekend. Hope you start your week off right. We got a little quick podcast topic for y'all tonight. Well, I say quick. We'll see how much I ramble on. But hey, let's without further ado, I don't think I have anything to update y'all on, other than I am working on a YouTube video for my ultra marathon. So I'm trying to do like a documentary style video for my ultra marathon. So it's gonna take me a while to do it. I've already started on it, but it's probably gonna take me a while to edit it because I really want to put some time and effort into it and make it somewhat good, you know. So it's hard to there's a lot that goes into editing. So yeah, y'all stay tuned for that. That will be coming soon. Other than that, not much going on. So today's podcast topic is something that I heard my pastor say not today, but last Sunday, and I wrote it down real quick because I thought it was a good one to talk about. And I was like, as soon as I heard him say it, I was like, yeah, I could definitely something I could talk about on the podcast, because you can definitely relate it back to everything, but especially fitness. So today's podcast is going to be about, if you want to see things or see results in a different way, then you have to do things that you've never done. So another way of saying that is do what you've never done to get what you've never had, if that makes sense. Another way of saying that is if nothing changes, nothing changes. You get what I'm saying there? Like if nothing is changing, that's because you are not changing. You're not doing anything to change that. So you always hear people say you can't do the same exact things and expect different results. That's just the definition of insanity. You've probably heard somebody say that before. It's a pretty common saying. But yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to break it down for y'all to try to help y'all and relate it back to your fitness journey. So the core concept of this saying is there's many people that want different results. Probably all of us. Probably all of us want some kind of different result in some way. When it comes to fitness, you either want more muscle, you want less fat, you want more energy, you want better discipline, you just want to feel better. But the hard truth about that is you can't get these new results with the same old habits that you've been doing. Doing the same exact thing you've been doing day in and day out. You're not going to get these new things. Something has to change. So if your current approach hasn't gotten you where you want to go, hasn't gotten you any results, something has to change, period. Like, it's not going to change by doing the same exact thing over and over and over again. This is not like gambling. Like if you're gambling at a casino and you put your money on black every single time, yeah, eventually you're going to win. But it don't work like that in the real world. That's a different scenario. So what you need is a mindset shift. You need a mindset shift. So you must become someone different before you can achieve something different. So you can't just keep doing the same thing, being the same person, and expect a different result. You're going to get the same result. So you got to become somebody different. So this starts with challenging your comfort zones. Mentally and physically. You got to challenge those comfort zones. So ask yourself this: what's one thing I haven't done because it feels uncomfortable or unfamiliar? So that's the key. Where growth happens in that uncomfortable situation or the unfamiliar situation. That's where growth's going to happen. So some fitness specific examples is, are you still skipping leg day? If you're skipping leg day, then you're limiting your full body transformation. You're limiting the full effects of a fitness journey. So don't be skipping leg day. If you want to grow your legs, obviously you need to do it. Have you never tracked your food? So never tracking your food could be the key to unlocking your fat loss or your muscle gain. So you may need to take that extra step. You may need to start tracking your food. You can't just wing it and eat whatever you want and expect to get the results that you want. You probably need to take it a step further, track your food, do something different than you have been doing before. Do you always do the same workout? Well, your body adapts to whatever you're throwing at it. So if you're doing the same workout, your body's going to get used to that, and it's going to become more efficient at it, and it's not going to give your muscles the stimulus that it needs to grow. So you need to create new stimulus. You need to make it harder. You need to change it. You need to do something different. There's all kinds of ways you can change it. You can do different exercises, different weights, different reps, sets, whatever you want to do. Do something different. Your body's going to get used to it. So you got to change it up. You got to adapt. Are you avoiding early morning workouts or even late night workouts? Well, that might be the only time you actually have. It might be the only time you have to be able to get into a workout. You may have to wake up and work out before you go to work if you don't have no time in the afternoon, depending on your schedule. Or you may have to get a late night workout in at home late at night after you put the kids to bed or something like that. It may be the only time you have. So you have to embrace that schedule that you've never considered. So you've probably never considered waking up and going to the gym before work. That's probably never been an option to you because you like sleep. And that's cool. But hey, you got to do what you got to do. You have to make a sacrifice if you really want to get those results. You got to do something different. Because if you're not getting the results and you're not going to the gym, well, that's obvious. You got to start going either in the morning, late at night, whenever you can fit it in. So yeah, that's something you can consider. So some examples of doing what you've never done. Well, in your fitness journey, you may need to hire a coach. You may need to hire a trainer for the first time. That may be the thing you've never done that you need to make that next step in your fitness journey. You may need to join a class that you've never done before. You've always been intimidated to do, or you've just been nervous or don't know anybody in there. You may need to join that class. Do that fitness class, whatever it may be. You may need to say no to junk food, even when everyone else around you is indulging in junk food. I know that's the hardest thing to do. When you're at like a party or something, everybody's eating the cake or whatever they got, you may have to say no. Maybe something different that you have to do if you really want to lose that weight. You really want to hit those goals. You may have to do something different. You may need to follow a structured training program instead of just winging it. Instead of just going to the gym, doing whatever comes to you, you may need to follow a structured program. You may need to buy one. Go to the internet, buy one that's tailored to you and your results. You may have to do that. And you need to be consistent. You may have never been honest with yourself about how consistent you're being. You may be lying to yourself about it. So being honest about that, about your consistency, that may be something that you've never done that you need to do. So a big component of this is discomfort equals growth. Growth happens when it's uncomfortable. Growth happens. Growth doesn't happen when things are comfortable. So you got to embrace that discomfort because that's where you're going to grow. It's just like your muscles. Your muscles are not going to grow without resistance. They're not. You got to give it that resistance to get stronger, to get bigger, to build more. Same goes with your discipline. So if you're not resisting your discipline a little bit, if you're not practicing your discipline, then it's not going to grow either. You're not going to be more disciplined if you're not, working out that muscle. You know what I'm saying? You're not embracing that. You're not doing what you say you're going to do. So the results that you want, that you're looking for, that you've been striving for, they're on the other side of those things that feel new, those things that may be awkward, those things that are hard, the things that's stopping you, that your results are right on the other side of that. So your results are right on the other side of you tracking your food. They're right on the other side of you waking up and going to the gym in the morning. They're right on the other side of you saying no to junk food at the birthday party. They're right on the other side of you meal prepping your lunches for the week. It's that one thing. And that result, whatever that one thing is, could be stopping you from seeing those results that you want to see. So you got to embrace that discomfort, because in that discomfort, that's where you're going to grow. You're going to get those results. So for my call to action to y'all this week, choose one thing that you've never done in your fitness journey. And guess what? Do it. Choose that one thing you hadn't done and do it. Simple as that. Because that's probably the area where you're going to grow. Because the areas that you get the most resistance in, the areas that you don't want to do, it's because you're probably not good at it. You're uncomfortable at it. You don't want to do it. And there's a reason you don't want to do it, because most of the time those things are hard, or it's uncomfortable, or you're not good at it. You're not familiar with it. So that should be the reason that you should want to do it even more. Like that's the reason you should go after that, whatever that thing is, and attack it and overcome it, because that's where you're going to grow. That's where you're going to get better. There's a reason we don't want to do certain things, and because we know that those certain things are the things that's going to get us where we want to be. So if you want to lose weight, you got to say no to junk food. Period. I mean, within reason, you know. But choose that one thing that you've never done in your fitness journey and do it. Could be as simple as meal prepping. Could be as simple as running your first mile. Could be as simple as joining a new gym or a new fitness class. Could be as simple as, hiring a trainer, something like that. Just pick that one thing and try it. The one thing that you know that you need to be doing, that one thing that's stopping you, do that one thing. I promise. And then track how you feel afterwards. So how did you feel when you did it? Are you proud of yourself? Are you happy that you stepped out of your comfort zone? What was the result of that? It may not be something you see a result of right then and there, but it may take time. I promise you, if you tackle that obstacle and you come out, on the other side, you're not going to be disappointed. You're not going to be mad. You're going to be glad that you did it, because most times, that's that one extra step that you need to take to really push yourself and see that success on the other side. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all. I told y'all I was going to be quick today. But remember, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Just let that sink in. Let that sink in. I'll say it again for you. If nothing changes, nothing changes. I'm not even going to explain it to y'all. I'm going to let y'all figure it out. So if you want new results, start acting like the version of you who already has those results. If you want to lose 50 pounds, start acting like the person that's lost 50 pounds. Period. If you want to act like, if you want to bench press 225, do what the person that benches 225 does. Like, act like that person. Do what they do. And this is a little hack that you can do. Period. Same goes with your job, your career. If you want that promotion, if you want your boss's job, start acting like your boss and doing what your boss does. Because that's what's going to get you to that next position, to that next promotion. So yeah, thanks for listening. If this episode hit home for you, share it with someone, share it with a friend. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel or podcast, wherever you listen at, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you're at. I appreciate it. Other than that, y'all tune in next week for another episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast. Y'all have a great day. Peace, love, protein. We out.